The power of creating something that will last forever. Episode 40, the No Way Out podcast. The power of creating something that will last forever. The No Way Out podcast, episode 40. We have made it to 40 episodes. Shout out to my brother, the founder and CEO of 29 Skyy Entertainment, who is also the founder of the No Way Out podcast. I am the Millennial General. I'm the host of this podcast. Episode 40, the power of creating something that will last forever. When you think about that statement, it should leave you paralyzed for a minute psychologically. For someone, or not even someone, for thousands and millions of people to celebrate you when you are gone, when you are no longer living. They're still buying your merch, drinking your champagne, or taking part in different things that you own because they believed in you that much while you were alive. Now that you're gone, they believe even more. That's a very surreal thing to meditate on. When I am not here, millions of people will still listen to my music, buy my merch, like wear t-shirts with my face on it, wear clothing that I helped create. That's the greatest honor that you could ever receive. To know that you created a legacy, something that will last forever. You hear us sometimes on the No Way Out podcast, you'll hear us reference the marathon life with Nipsey Hussle. And, we pay a lot of homage and respect for the way that he built his brand, him, his brother, Black Sam, and just everybody around him. But the truly amazing part about what he did, he never took shortcuts. Everything he did was tied to his legacy. Everything that he created was designed to exist when he's gone. Every song he created was meant to have a meaning years from now. It was meant to have impact years from now. Mailbox Money, Victory Lap, all of these things. Bullets Have No Name on them. All these things were designed, created around his legacy. Because he knew deep down inside that there was a 60% chance or higher I may not live long enough to see everything come alive. But while I am here, I'm going to create what I believe will be my legacy. You see, dreams are one thing. Legacy are dreams manifest. Legacy means dreams have now become manifested. When you manifest your dreams, now you have legacy. Because what you wanted to come true has come true. So everything that you do, everything that you're thinking about doing should be rooted and tied to your legacy that you want to leave for the world. And I want to take it even deeper, whether it's music, clothing, the spirit business. You have a particular company that you feel like can change the dynamic of society. You have a product or a service you feel will uplift humanity. Whatever it may be, you have to construct it and build it in a way where you will be like, this is something that will last forever. When Psychotron and I spoke about this podcast, we had, scattered information about each other and things we want to do. But as we got closer together in time, everything made sense. This podcast will live forever. These words, this psychology, this type of ideology will help people years from now, centuries from now. Which is why Psychotron wanted to start a podcast, audio and visual. Make sure you go to the 29 Skyy Entertainment YouTube page and catch the visual part. Every audio version of the podcast has a visual presentation to it. But I want you all to understand why the legacy is so important. People who truly believe in their dream, it's never about the money, because see, they will work in that dream when they're not making money. It's the most creative, motivational force in the world. To work at something even though you're not even making money right now. Only a dream can do that, because you believe in it so deeply. For the ones that truly believe in that dream at that level, it's never about the money, it's about the legacy. Because they feel their product or / service will help people years from now. That's why you can never take 1 second for granted. That's why you can't take shortcuts. You cannot take the escalator. You got to take the stairs. Because once this ride is over, you got to be willing to walk away from it, knowing that we did everything that we were supposed to do. And I want to break down the difficulty of creating something that's going to last forever. Not just investing the money, the time. Most importantly, you have to psychologically strengthen your mind to push through the darkest moments of uncertainty, doubt, and financial fear. That's what you have to do. Because that's what you're going to face when you're in a world of the unknown. These are the different sequences you're going to go through. Because creating something that is going to last forever means that the whole world is going to recognize your vision. Everybody can see the vision of the No Way Out podcast. All they got to do is listen to it. They listen to one episode, I'm locked in. Whether you're incarcerated or whether you're on Wall Street. You get it. You understand it. You feel it. It means something to you. The words resonate with your heart and spirit, because the things we're saying on this podcast come from the lifestyle of Psychotron and myself, but also from the world. So we bring in these different stories in this different dialogue of conversation. So when people listen to this podcast, they can really understand the graphic detail of our emotions and what they're feeling as well. When you're talking about creating something that will last forever, not only is that a gargantuan task in front of you, but it is something that's gonna force you to change the people around you, to go against people you never thought you had to go against, to live a different type of lifestyle where you do not have a lot of fun in the beginning, because what you're building on, what you're trying to do, is going to cement your name and your legacy forever. Anybody who created a legacy at a high level, it was always one of sacrifice, extreme sacrifice. It was always one of extreme discipline. It was one of the longer nights, the earlier mornings, full of research, but most importantly, it was full of self-examination to make sure that they were still locked in to their gift and to their purpose. You see, when you think about this whole legacy thing, put it in this perspective. Imagine someone is reading the book you wrote. Imagine someone is wearing your clothes to the store just to go buy some eggs. Imagine someone is watching videos, music videos that you created. Imagine someone is using a mechanism or a invention that you created every single day on their car or in their life. Imagine if you created the Ring visual doorbell. For the rest of think about this, the guy who went on Shark Tank and pitched him and they turned him down and Amazon came back and bought it for $1.2 billion. That is his legacy. From up until that point, nobody knew who this guy was. But he made that Ring visual doorbell. Now everybody knows who he is. That's his legacy. Regardless if he creates anything else. That's his legacy. Same thing with Glenn Bell, who created Taco Bell. Same thing with Ray Kroc, who revolutionized the food industry with McDonald's. All of these people, these amazing supreme beings, because they never lived a normal life, everything with them was tied to legacy. And the crazy part about their story is all of them was facing bankruptcy, money issues, failed marriages, and supreme doubt. But they rode it out. They weathered the storm. They went right through the eye of the storm and kept going. You see, everything that you want, everything that you desire should be fueled by your legacy, not by money. That purpose and legacy, that brother and sister, that's what it is. You're blood related. Because everything you do, the reason why you started your business, the reason why you started doing the podcast, and the reason why you went and borrowed money to create this invention that you think can help people, is because of that. There is nothing more powerful, dangerous, and difficult than creating a legacy. Because essentially, people will be celebrating you forever. And that requires you and your vision to be globally accepted. You know how serious that is for people to want to buy into what you're doing? Think about this. Millions of independent artists try to make it in the music business, but they fail. Is it because their music isn't good? Is it because they run out of money? It's because they give up. But think about all of the artists that out there that just do music. Millions of artists try their hand at becoming a superstar. And for whatever reason, 95% fail. And for whatever reason you want to put on it, at the end of the day, climbing the Mount Everest, 32,000 plus feet in the air, over 32,000 feet in the air, a lot of people get tired. A lot of people think it's never going to happen. A lot of people physically just do not want to take another step forward. So they then go in and drop off the mountain right before they're about to take off. In order for you to create a legacy, you got to have legacy-minded people around you. From your accountant to your lawyer to your digital design team to your consultancy team, you got to have the best. And most importantly, the most important person that needs to be locked in is you. I want to leave you with something. We all came into this world on our own. We will leave on our own. But when you leave, you can't give anything else. So while you are alive, you need to be focused on giving double of what your effort is. That means when you're tired, that means when you're sick, I'm not feeling my best, but I still have to push through because the legacy fuels me to do that. Because it's bigger than the money. I know that people are listening to this podcast all over the world, and I'm honored to be a part of it. The power of creating something that will last forever. A legacy. 29 Skyy Entertainment, Psychotron, No Way Out podcast. Let's get it.